before we bring your video up and watch it with you, what happened from your perspective with this? And also, how blindsided were you with being named and everything?
No, I won't say I won't say that I was blindsided, because I thought, when I want to say maybe a few weeks after she hit you with the lawsuit, because she was calling it a harassment campaign, and we both saw up on Saturday Night Hypnosis. I knew she had went after Hypnotic. I knew at some point there was going to be a possibility that she was going to try to use the videos I make, Will, and everyone else involved as hey, this is proof of the harassment campaign. What I didn't anticipate was that there is a literal concerted effort to avoid mentioning my name. Like, not my government
Your
name,
channel name.
my channel name.
Yep.
There's a concerted effort to avoid doing that. Like, in that paperwork, guys, everybody who was allegedly doxxed, they were mentioned by name and their YouTube channel. Mine is omitted. As a
Here it
matter of
is. Hold
fact,
on.
the only way you actually see my name is because there's a title of a video in there where at the end it says with Atreus.
Gotcha. On the screen cap.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm still pretty confident that he's going to win the case, or it's not going to go to trial anyway.
Master of TDS is in the chat right now too. Even
shout
I
out
got
to
mentioned.
Master TDS.
He said even I got mentioned in there, not doxed, but shown. Yeah, she named a lot of people.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what this means. What I'm more concerned with, though, is in their complaint, apparently
You should change something about you to a semicolon now.
several of us got doxxed. Several of us. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually take this portion of it off the screen. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it wasn't just me that got doxxed. It was Toasty. And I want to say,
which, by the way, this is what's really annoying about this lawsuit is I was watching before you joined, we were watching Potentially Criminal, and he did the same thing. He's reading through it and he got to that part and he's like, oh, I need to start blacking out this stuff. And it's like, once it's there, it's there. Like, people see it, they can freeze the screen. It's there. And that's exactly what they want. They know people are going to go through this. They know people are going to talk about. They know that's the part people are going to focus on. And that's exactly what they want.
On line 203, it says prominent inhabitants of Tarsia's ecosystem include blankety blank based blankety blank, who post to the YouTube channel Toasty with the most.
Which, by the way, they say prominent inhabitants, and then they just name them like factually. These are the prominent inhabitants. Like, I love Toasty. Don't get me wrong, but I would not say Toasty is a prominent inhabitant of.
I agree with that, but like, look at the language that they almost try to make it seem like a RICO case, right? Where in order to charge everyone involved, they try to include us like we're a part of your mafia of harassment campaign. And it's like, dude, we started roasting you well before we met Smash JT. As a matter of fact, we were roasting you. You went after Smash, and then I believe that's what prompted Hypnotic to bring you on Saturday Night.
That's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. Like, without her, I don't think we would have actually met each other.
Exactly. And so
I didn't even think of that.
So to actually say that we're a part of Smash JT's ecosystem of harassment campaign, it's like, okay, that's interesting. But I'll hit up Smash next time I need a check. Like, hey, my check didn't come. Like, I don't know. Did you pay us today? Like, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm just still stuck on that because, like, I hate to say this, but in a weird way, I almost need to thank Alyssa, because without her, I would have never met you or Hypnotic or Will the Fans. Like, I knew Ryan before all this, but Ryan was the only one I knew.
Right.
That's crazy.
So Toasty gets doxxed. It continues. Blankety blank based content creator, blankety blank, who posts on YouTube channel. Rev says,
what's the Rev says Desu being involved here for?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching his. You know how I get. I stopped watching his videos once I realized that, like, oh yeah, this is actually a dude. Time I can't remember what it was about. But But other than that, I mean, his videos were very comprehensive, very well done. It's just that it just became a little bit uncomfortable for me.
I'm just floored that they involved him, because I'm like, I've never had him on this channel. I've never DM'd with him. I've never made videos about him. I think I made one video about him, but that was like 3 months ago. That wasn't like during all this. And it's not something I've ever talked to him about. That was the Warhorse Studios when Varver was going at him and stuff. Like, that was the one time I ever made a video about him.
Master of the TS says Atreus is just mad he got catfished. I have been catfished before. I have. So I'm very
gun shy.
Yeah, man. Like stuff like that just makes me, and it wasn't exactly catfished. I got fatfished. That's what happened to me. So
it was like a dating app. They showed like the face.
Man, it wasn't a dating app. It was just like somebody who was following me on Snapchat when I was kind of using Snapchat a lot. And it's a ridiculous story. But yeah. You ever seen that music video? You probably haven't. It's a music video with Kanye West and a rapper called Lil Pump. And they're like wearing these big body suits where the shoulders are really
shoulders. Yeah, I've seen
that. Yeah. You seen that? Man, that's how this girl. That's how this girl showed. Yeah, that's how she showed up. Her face did not match the body. It looked exactly like that music video. And it's funny because a couple years later, I decided to, after I blocked her on Instagram, I decided to, check in because I got curious, and she lost all the weight. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then reblocked her and kept on.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be pretty. I don't know. You probably wouldn't go for it, but if I was Mr. Beast, I would 1,000,000% produce a show that sent you to Bangkok and just saw you try to date people. Like, I feel like that would be an amazing show.
Why Bangkok?
Or isn't that where you can't tell if the chicks are dudes?
I thought that was Thailand.
Isn't that the same place? Isn't Bangkok in Thailand?
Oh, hey. Hey.
I don't know.
There's your. Oh, they're gonna clip that. They're gonna clip that. If Bangkok is in Thailand, yeah, they're gonna clip that.
We'd give you like 10K a month and be like, let's see him dating these people and see how it goes. It would be like one of those shows on MTV. Like, it was just like Atreus trying to find a girl in Bangkok. Is it a girl or not tonight?
And then here's me, blankety blank, gaming influencer, Montravius. And they don't even post my channel. Now, I find it interesting, okay?
This is what I started to lose it here. This is amazing.
Where have me and Kata been saying all this time?
Oh, wait. Oh, by the way, why is Kata not listed in this, but you are?
I don't think Kata hasn't gone after her a whole lot. If anything, because Kata doesn't make like news videos like we do.
Right.
So like he does videos, his is more like rants.
Right.
And
like
so
pop culture rants, yeah,
pop culture rants, and he doesn't do news. So I said it from the beginning, from the moment she blocked me, and I never even met, I didn't even know who you are. I said every time you open your mouth and say or do some stupid shit, I'm going to make sure I report on it. And so I'm not surprised that she would go after. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised that she didn't go after me specifically. But it doesn't dawn on me that she's literally skipped over everybody. I thought she wasn't coming after me because she's like, oh, you're a small content creator. Who cares? And I accepted that. You know what I'm saying? But to skip me and go straight to Toasty, Ryan, Will of the Fans, and whatnot, I'm like, yo, this is deliberate. And this confirms it to me.
Yep.
Refuse to acknowledge the black content creators. Why is that? In this freaking in this document, Toasty gets her real name doxed and her YouTube channel doxed. 8-Bit Eric gets his real name doxed and his channel doxed. Rev Says Dessous, or however you say it, gets his name doxed and his channel doxed. I get my name and my city doxed, but they don't even mention my YouTube channel?
Dude, I lost it. Because the best part about it is you're always like Griff, like I'm getting named. Let's go. I kind of got some attention here, and they fucking messed up and didn't even get your channel.
Yeah, because it's funny because I can't figure out the motive. Like in my mind, it's like there's no way this can be racially motivated, right? Every time she's going after somebody new, I always brushed it as like listen, you know, we're a small content creator. There's no reason. Like she's going after Hypnotic, she's going after Smash JT, she's going after Asmongold, she's going after a couple of. I'm not even in that stratosphere, so it's no reason for me to believe that she would come after me. But when she starts going after all of these other people, and I'm just like, nobody's roasted this girl more than I have. Like, if she came on, like, if she actually went on somewhere and said, I made this dude entire channel, I'd probably be like, yeah, maybe, perhaps. Like, she probably has an argument there because there's been times where my channel wasn't, you know, performing up to what I would consider to be standard or whatever the case may be. And then she does something stupid. I make a video and boom, it'll set the whole channel right back where it's supposed to be again.
Oh, by the way, she tries to, in the suit, use that as ammunition to claim that I owe her money because her videos get attention. And it's like, bitch, the news is not yours.
Yeah, that's not like how that works, sweetheart.
If anyone should understand this, it should be a former journalist, you would think. But
Master TDS says she's going after me and I don't want it. I'll trade you. Nah.
Dude, this is what I lost. I was walking my dog. I was like, I stopped. I was like, I have to like look at the phone and watch. You're like, nah.
There is an actual concerted effort, a concerted effort to not even mention the black content creator.
Well, it's almost like, I wouldn't say a concerted effort to not mention you. I think what you meant to say is there was a concerted effort to bring you up just for the purpose of slighting you.
I never even looked at it that way. Right? Ooh, that's interesting. So you think there's a possibility that because I've said that she won't mention us, that she purposely mentioned my name without mentioning my channel?
100%.
That's interesting,
right?
And so as a fuck you, I'm gonna put your real name out here. But I'm not gonna post your channel because I know y'all are gonna read over this, and I don't want any. Oh, okay.
And she knows that you want that attention. She knows it, so she's like, "Oh, I got the best of both worlds. I will name him."
Well, see, and I get it. The wanting attention part of it, I can get why someone would say that, but I want to remind everyone that I never thought there would be a situation where she would acknowledge anyone because she went after Hypnotic, failed miserably. Okay, she goes after. I'm trying to figure out. She went after somebody else. Who was it that she went after?
Vera Dark.
Went after Vera Dark. Nothing happened. Right? Alleged lawsuit against Hypnotic. Nothing happened. And then she said
she went after Kiwi Farms. Sent a C&D to them, and then nothing happened.
And then she just grew the biggest hard on for Smash JT.
Threatened 8-bit Eric. Nothing happened.
8-bit Eric.
And then,
she just got the biggest hard on for you. I don't understand it. And she doesn't even realize that it propelled you in a way because it drove you. Like it must be exciting that this absolute idiot who could easily like if you and I'm saying that, you know, not to be mean, but like you have to be an absolute idiot to not see this, because I feel like every other journalist see it, including Rebecca Valentine, including what's his name, Paul Tassi. They all see it. Okay, obviously I'm just a journalist. Let me just do my job and keep moving. Yeah, this little situation where these YouTubers are making videos about me, it always passes, and we all move on. Nobody's talking about Rebecca Valentine. She's somewhere just. I assume she's working for somebody. Paul Tassi's still doing his thing. Even your boy Jason Schreier. I mean, you know, he fleed Twitter. Now he's on Blue. I mean, he's still doing his thing. But Alyssa Mercante is the only one who can't see the connection
She
between
can't take a hint.
she can't take the hint. So
Interesting that you bring all those people up, because I have noticed a marked shift in the dynamic of the approach. Like, it's almost like they've realized, I wouldn't say they've realized they've lost, because these people can never realize they've lost, but they've realized that the more they fight, the less attention they're getting, and like you're saying, the more attention we were getting. So they have now made a concerted effort to step out of the limelight and not do stupid articles anymore, for the most part. But they're still coming, don't get me wrong, but
I feel like a lot of those opposing opinions are getting through now. Like, I forgot who we were just talking about on PC Gamer. They wrote an article roasting
Shadows.
Somebody wrote, it was a couple of articles that I've been reading recently where I've been literally having to give the journalists a shout out and giving them credit for not having my opinion, but just trying their best to be objective.
Yep. Oh, no, I've been doing that a lot lately with Insider Gaming too. Like, Insider Gaming's been on point lately. And like, credit where it's due. Look at us. We're human. When people do something right, we acknowledge it. Like, could you imagine? We don't just hate everyone because they're not YouTubers. Amazing. But to your point, though, like, all these people have taken a step back out of the limelight. And we even have Alyssa on social media acknowledging that she is, for lack of better words, saying that she's been blackballed out of the industry now. I find that curious, don't you?
I talked about that today, and what she doesn't seem to understand is that this could only happen one or two ways. I don't believe that she's anti-Semitic. I don't believe that. But you were for cancel culture, and you were trying to get multiple people canceled. So either one, you're getting canceled, you're being slain with your own sword, or two, you're just not as good at your job as you think you are to overcome the clown show that's going to come with you.
Oh no, I heard that. I don't know if you cut that from your live stream or if it's in this video, but you were talking about the football quarterbacks. You're like Aaron Rodgers and Cap. You're like, these people just aren't. They might be able to throw a football. I love that analogy, by the way. They might be able to throw the football, but they're not worth the drama that comes along with it.
Exactly.
Don't get a job.
Exactly.
So she might be able to write, but at what cost? It's like, it's not worth it. Like, why would we hire this person?
Exactly. And if you go into the document a little bit further, she actually mentions several of my videos. 2025, entitled "Alyssa Mercante is seething over YouTubers roasting her. She is spiraling." Okay.
Luke C says, doesn't Alyssa have a history of avoiding criticizing Black people directly, or am I misremembering?
I can't remember. I think it was Kato that told me that he spoke with somebody who's allegedly in the industry, where they said there is an unspoken rule. Yeah, an unspoken rule amongst liberal white people in that industry that you're not supposed to, at least not publicly, be seen criticizing or like going back and forth with a Black person or whatnot. I don't know how true that is, or if it is true, on what basis. Is it that someone like her is like, she's perfectly bought into that idea that she's not supposed to publicly criticize anyone Black, or is it that she's being compelled not to by people in the industry who is, like the, what's her name, Kim Belair's of the world? Hey, maybe she's at the mercy of something like that. I don't know. What I would tell her is that, okay, I mean, come criticize me behind closed doors. That doesn't sound right. But you know what I mean.
Pause. Oh shit.
Here go another video of mine. Alyssa Mercante and Black Girl Gamers caught deleting evidence. Ninja Cast with Atreus. I mean, she had no problem posting my real name, but refused to refused to dox my actual channel. I mean, listen, I don't care about being doxed.
It's like, her lawyers, in my humble opinion, are very incompetent people, and I could even argue may not even be qualified to practice law. That's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this whole topic so curious. Is it because they're so incompetent that they messed up your channel? Or is it proactively done on purpose?
No, I mean, now that you brought that up earlier, I do think that was done on purpose.
Mhm.
I could see them sitting at this like, yeah, let's not give him the attention that he wants.
Let's make it look like a typo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I really could. I don't even think that's overthinking it either. I could
Mm-mm.
totally see that happening.
Yeah. Here's why I don't care about being doxxed. My real name has been on the internet.
Because for these people, it's not about money, it's about power. And this is a control mechanism.
Mm-hmm. Quite some time. So anybody who actually wanted to do some homework could have figured out my real name. I've actually accidentally posted my real name on StreamYard a couple of times. So it's nothing new. I'm not really afraid of nobody coming to my house or nothing like that. Nigga, I live in Georgia.
This part was great.
I live in Georgia.
You're like, come on by, bro.
If you want to run that risk of trying to run up on me in my place of work, my home, my parking lot, this is Georgia. We are a stand your ground state, by the way. So if you want to risk it, do your thing. Do your thing, my boy. Please. Because I can guarantee you, one of the bad things about Atlanta is everybody's trigger happy. They waiting for an excuse. That's why most people down here got manners. You know what I'm
by the way, like I said, I was listening to this whole thing while I was walking my dog, and I was like, damn, he's not lying. Like, this is like legit. Like, that's why everyone's so respectful.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a choice. I remember going into this was like maybe a year or two after our governor decided, screw it, guns for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you can breathe, you can carry a gun, right? And I remember walking into a gas station, and somebody had an attitude about something, and it kind of got quiet really quick because every single man in that building had a handgun.
Let me guess. So they put their hand on their hip a little bit.
Yeah, everybody starts reaching, and it's like, hey, everybody want to go home today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but I mean, like, if you live in a reasonable part, like I live in a reasonable part where everybody's respectful towards one another. Now, the women might be a little bit different, and that's where you got to be careful, because women will get you in trouble quickly because they don't understand consequences of actions all the time when they're in their emotions.
They don't.
Right. And Alyssa Mercante is absolutely one of those chicks that will get you into some trouble. Oh yeah, because I remember one chick told me she was in another gas station. She comes in, everybody's standing in line. She comes in, she cuts the line. And I'm the type of person, I'll say something. Mm-hmm. And I like, hey, yo, you see this line? And then she starts going off real ratchet. Oh, I'll send my brother down here to beat you. I'm like, okay, send you, be another woman and send her brother to an early grave, please, because you went to cut a line. So nothing.
There's gonna be some crazy stories that come out of there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Saying when dudes talk to each other, the voice level gets a little bit lower, a little bit more respectful.
This was actually like, not to gas you up here. This was, I gotta watch my words when I say, this was a fantastic video. Like, not only a great take on a situation, but you give like an amazing like story about your area. It's like,
right.
I didn't log in and watch this video for this, and I was like glued to. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm learning about this area that I didn't know anything about. This is a very well done video.
So you can run up on us. You can run up on me. You dox me. You can run up on me. And do what you got to do, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, really, I'm not. When I saw this, I wasn't really. I know Ryan Roger Athe thought that I was going to be upset about it. I'm not really all that upset about it. My name is being mentioned in a lawsuit. I mean, what she want me to do with this? Am I supposed to be intimidated? I'm not. Am I concerned? I'm not.
I think it was twofold. One, to slight you, And two, to make it look to the judge that there's a whole cabal of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a minor typo, but that's not important. We gave you the information of the name and where they live, and we'll fix that in court, judge. No problem there. I wonder if they were that dense to do that on purpose to leave a typo, because that's got to look really bad. It's like you didn't even check what you wrote to the judge here. You don't even have the guy's channel here. That's a big portion of this. So
yeah,
I wonder.
I mean, you kind of opened up my eyes with that idea that she might have did that on purpose. Like I that never came across my mind. And now that
It
you
was the
say
first thing I thought.
yeah, like that was is that kind of, because it makes too much sense. The amount of avoidance that this woman has done to the, like, she went after you for posting that thumbnail of her ass. I did that ages ago.
She didn't care.
She didn't say anything. I did that ages. Like, I remember people commenting on my, boy, you wild for this thumbnail. You were wild for this thumbnail. I'm like, well, shit, she posted her ass. I can't.
Right. And I saw you commented on my post today from the other day about how I was like, pick a lane, where she's like, I can't believe he used this as his thumbnail. And then the other one's like, check out my ass, everyone. It's like, well, which one is it?
Right. And it, like, he's not even the first person to do it. It's like crazy. So I dare you to use this in court and say that, you know, Smash JT is harassing me. And well, the first thing, well, why aren't you suing the YouTuber that used the same thumbnail? Well, not the same thumbnail. Apparently, that's two different ass pictures. So, I mean, you like posting your ass so damn much. Why is it a problem? I post it.
Right. Well, I mean, as far as I understood, she liked it being out there. So
this is an insane lawsuit. I will say we've come a long way that my name is being brought up in a lawsuit.
Yeah, you know, hey, by the way, congratulations. You know, you've made it.
Right. From a journalist from Kotaku. Ain't that crazy? Ricky Graddick says, same Atraes. I'm from Georgia also. Shout out to them Georgia boys.
You know, I gotta tell you, it's almost like these journalists used to ignore YouTubers because they were in the club and they had the access. And then the YouTubers started becoming more popular and they continued to ignore them and then just get jealous and frustrated and then start attacking outright. And now we got to the lawsuit portion of it because they can't just deal with people are doing their job better than them. And that's really what it comes down to. Maybe they could do better, but they don't have the screen presence or the ability to do this without a paycheck.
I think it's a combination of they're stuck on the old way of, so it was like you're either or. I call it the Angry Joe effect, to where you have this obviously this potential of YouTube, 70-something% male who are devoted to you. Angry Joe has a devoted fan base. You almost forget him. It's like he's on his own island.
Yep.
And he'll be there for forever. But people forget he's blackballed from the industry. And so you have to play this game. It's where,
and he was one of the first ones to be blackballed from.
Yeah, like and to be fair, he was wilding on that interview. He was
that interview, I covered that a couple months back because that was the first time I ever saw it. I was like, oh my God. That was awful.
Yeah, he was definitely wilding, but you have to choose when you're a YouTuber and you want to be in the industry as well. You have to choose. You got it's like that old audio of that critic that was saying, if you're a professional critic in the movie industry, you have to play ball one way or another. Where it was pretty much admitting that, hey guys, all the reviews that you read, pretty much paid for. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much admitted that, and it's the same thing with YouTube. So you have to pick a lane. I think somebody like Khalif Adams, you know, there's no way that a guy who has no ties to the video game industry like that, and he has a channel that does absolutely jack shit, suddenly is getting jobs with Compulsion Games, and you know, he's on Kind of Funny and And like, where? How did you get all these credentials? You play ball, but now you're stuck in the void of, well, now you're seeing people who playing ball ain't really like, what are they doing? Like, who
Well,
are the prominent
they play
creators?
ball, they get the access, and they go on these notable channels, and they go back to their own, and they still get 8 viewers.
It's still,
Like,
but and then you're still begging for jobs.
yep.
Like, why is Khalif Adams, like, you were just getting gifts and stuff from Compulsion Games and stuff like that? Why are you on LinkedIn looking for a community management job? How did you even become a community manager?
Good point.
You're a YouTuber
For Concord, no less.
for Concord. You know what I'm saying? For why is a Khalif Adams on Twitter begging for games? It's because what you guys are doing isn't working anymore. The audience has figured it out, and they figured out who they need to support and who they don't need to support. And I think there's YouTube is a pie that can feed everyone. It's like, okay, I can get my negative news from whomever, and then I can get my positive news from, like, even before I met the quote unquote anti-woke crowd, I was watching Young. Yeah, that's as negative as it get. You know, he's considered liberal, and all of his videos are negative. Like, he don't do the video unless it's negative.
That's a good point too. You got me thinking a lot deeper on this now. It explains why, like, when I started the Kotaku thing and did Kotaku Detected, it was really for my own personal, like, I need to be able to keep track of the unhinged people in the industry, because it was getting out of control. It wasn't just like 1 or 2. It was more than a handful. It was like, we're talking 30, 40 people. I'm like, this is getting crazy. Every insane article, it felt like a new name. And I'm like, yikes, I need to make a note of this. I can't remember all these people. So I put it all together there. And then I started realizing the connections behind the scenes and the web of all these people, and almost like a master of the TDS, Madam Savvy, like, the tack and string board connecting all these people together behind the scenes. And once that started coming out, I realized they started, like, focusing in on me to try to end that and take me down once they realized that that was getting out there. Specifically Nick Calandra, but also Alyssa Mercante, along with other people. And it was only because they didn't want that secret out, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, and that's the thing that upsets them the most, because once you start shedding a light on them and everything they're doing, it's like, if I have nothing to hide and I don't think what I'm doing is wrong, why would I ever care about, people shedding the light on me? It's because what you're doing is not what people. I don't even care about right and wrong. It's not what we want. I don't care if it was the best thing for the goddamn planet. If that ain't what we want, that ain't what we want. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the hierarchy is different, I think, with access media, where they have to go along to get along type thing, and YouTube, where it's like the Wild West. It's like, oh, we gotta do what we want here, and that's oil and water. That doesn't mix it at all. So,
but yeah, my name being brought up in a lawsuit between a big YouTuber and a former Kotaku journalist is insane. But listen, if you want to come down here, you want to talk again, we always open. I know you're trying to avoid the blacks. It's all good. It's all love. I'm gonna keep roasting that ass. And as far as you being standing behind that ass, where is it? I know Smash JT got it. Here it is.
This was it here. How many times did you hit this button here? 3? That's 2. One more.
I'll give you a little bit of credit.
There it is.
I'll give you a little bit of credit. I ain't gonna grift. I ain't gonna lie.
4. Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll give you a little bit of credit. I don't know if it's the angle. It don't be looking like that when you in them clothes, though. Smash JT 8 with this one. Girl, I'm sorry. What? Not legal. Yes, this is Jeff Tarzier thumbnail. That picture is from September. Ass so good, some say it's illegal. Yeah, I guess. So, I mean, hey. No, far be it from me to offend anybody. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Damn, bro.
Future Boy says she has man arms. I don't know. I've seen worse. All right, let me see what y'all talking about.
Oh man, that was amazing segment. I saw that. I was like, I got to cover that tonight. And I was like, well, if I'm covered, I should probably invite you on because I haven't had you on. I've had you on, but it's been a while. So
yeah, it's been a while, man. You're a busy man. We're our time zone are 3 hours apart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're really up late, and you're doing back to back with. How was New Blackstreet tonight? How was that?
Oh man, we was talking about Vegas.
Oh yeah,
we probably spent the first hour and 45 minutes talking about Vegas. We talked about Sinners. I don't know if you've seen Sinners yet.
Sinners.
Yeah, the new movie with Ryan Coogler and he's the director and Michael B. Jordan is starring it. It was really good.
Oh really? I didn't know anything about it. No.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah, I mean, like I said, as long as she keeps opening her mouth doing and saying stupid shit. Now, I do have a feeling that as this lawsuit concludes, I do truly believe that her name is going to dissipate into, nothingness.
I think today was the first day she actually realized that, to be honest.
Really?
Oh yeah. I think it's finally starting to like set in, like if this doesn't go my way, and now I'm a waitress and I'm blackballed out of the game.
Wait, so that's a real thing? She's a waitress?
As far as what she said on X.
I missed that.
Oh shit! No, she said like it's. What did she say? Because holy shit, there's a lawsuit. She's gonna be like, well, that's not what I said. I said this. I said this other thing. Hold on. I found it. There we go. Finally, Jesus. I was like, why is this so hard to find?
She likes to delete tweets.
Well, it's on Blue Sky, so that's part of the problem. Walking to a restaurant shift and feeling 25 again, laughing my ass off. And then she go, LMAO, what a life. Am I right? Again, her words. So
I just really sometimes, guys, y'all know I'm a simp, right? I just want to point that out. I am a colossal simp. Okay. Sometimes
I feel like that's kind of an understatement too.
Sometimes I feel so bad for this girl that I just want to
you can fix her
project into somebody around her and tell her and just take her phone and just smash it into pieces and say, stop tweeting, motherfucker. Stop.
Well, she did admit in one of her interviews that she was seeing a psychologist or a therapist or something, and that they were telling her to limit her phone time. And I feel like back then that was actually when she started not being in the news and we stopped talking about her. That apparently ended because now she's
between her and Airbagged, they are addicted. Guys, you got to think about how insane it is to literally hate a platform because of its owner
and live on it.
Continue to use it despite blaming it for the situation that you're living in. You have a Blue Sky. Use that.
Well, it doesn't get you the attention. That's the problem.
And it doesn't.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?